If Kellis High School is known for one thing in the state, it's our caring community.
Named in honor of one of Arizona's most effective and longest-serving educational leaders, Raymond S. Kellis High School serves a diverse population of nearly 2,000 students who reside primarily within the communities of Northwest Glendale and Southwest Peoria.
All of these unique personalities create a campus culture that has recently gained national attention and worldwide exposure.
Kellis Media and Kellis PSBN have joined forces to bring our community this bi-monthly broadcast on some of the personalities that make up our campus.
The plan was simple: keep our eyes and ears open to find students and teachers who have cool hobbies or are athletes in non-traditional high school sports.
We were taught how to plan our interviews, how to listen and ask follow-up questions, how to film, edit, and mix each news package into the stories we are now proud to share with you.
We hope you enjoy meeting some of the reasons Raymond S. Kellis High School is so special.
All of this and media productions gain insight into our school and the work it takes to produce such compelling stories. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen,
It's about people.
Alexis Solano is an active junior at Kellis. She's vivacious and fun and is our first story for you today. Produced by Sabrina McMurdy. Please say hello to Alex.
Hi, my name is Alex Solano. I'm 16 years old. I love to sing and make music. I also love to dance and take part in the Kellis Dance Company. Ever since, I guess just growing up, I've had a real big connection with music, but I've never really encouraged myself to start making music. But then my parents, when I was little, they just got this old keyboard and I was really excited, so then I just started teaching myself how to play piano then. And that started when I was in 7th grade. I love playing the ukulele. That's probably what I'm best at. I'm scared to dance and stand alone. I'm scared of pretty girls and starting conversations. Oh, my friends are turning green. Dance?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started. Dance is my favorite thing. I kind of really discovered myself through dancing, and Miss Hillman has really forced me to think outside the box.
Alex is creative, she's innovative, she's passionate. I had Alex as a freshman and she did not like dance. She didn't even want to do the class. I think she started to discover that dance wasn't just about performance, but it was about creating something that she could express.
Hi, I'm Maribel. I've known Alex since 8th grade, which is 4 years now, I think. Alex is a very open and welcoming person, and it definitely shows within every aspect. If you ever get the chance to meet Alex, I would definitely try to pick up a conversation with her, even though she'll probably start it on her own. Because she's just very she has such an impact on every single thing and every single person. She really will push you to be your best and really open your mind up to the world around you.
Being involved can get you very far. I think if you're not afraid to show people what you like to do and your passions, then you will definitely allow yourself to grow. So I think just putting yourself out there is very important, and that's the best thing I could have done, is just open my mind to new things at school.
Jonathan Wynn is a senior at Kellis. Though he may fly under the radar on campus at times, in the world of Dungeons and Dragons, his name is feared amongst players. Enjoy this masterful piece by senior producer Jose Pepe Cifuentes.
Why, hello there. I didn't see you come in. It's very interesting to have a friend like you along here. Is this intro strange and ham-fisted? Well, it is, because that really sums up what of a person I am. Everything I do is premeditated, like some kind of strange sociopath. Hi, my name's Jonathan, and I basically just kind of coast along with life. I guess that's what we're always doing, coasting until an eventual stop. D&D is a social game, ironically for antisocial people, generally. It's a game for losers and nerds and weirdos from the comic book stores, the neckbeards with the fedoras and ponytails. People call me a sadistic DM. They think I'm that one guy who builds encounters just to destroy my players. I don't necessarily do that, but I'm just proofing it from that one guy in the group who always rolls natural 20s and always succeeds and always hits critical hits and finishes the encounter. I'm just proofing it from being too easy.
John struck me right away as a student who had a lot of knowledge, and I'm pretty sure right off the bat I might have inquired about where he went to school and that kind of thing, and he said he had been in a charter school where he learned a lot of things, so it just seemed like an interesting, knowledgeable young man.
If I would go by a quote or any kind of way of saying or something, it's this. Set your expectations high, but make sure not to fall off a cliff. So the idea of that is that you gotta reach for the stars or something like that, but keep it reasonable. Make sure you don't accidentally make it so that you set yourself up for failure. You're just gonna fall and tumble down like some rock after an earthquake, just tumbling down the Grand Canyon until it reaches a big black puddle, until it hits nothingness.
Signia Barr figure skates. Unfortunately, no one would know how good she is at it because water never freezes in Phoenix. Luckily, our co-anchor Janie just happened to have the inside scoop on her friend.
When I was assigned this assignment, I really didn't know what to expect. There was just so many students here at Kellis that had different stories, different backgrounds, hidden talents, and I was looking all around for different types of kids I could make a story of, when I should have really been looking beside me to one of my closest friends, Signy.
I'm Signy Abar, and I ice skate semi-professionally. Over 100 at this point. Definitely over 100. I'm 126, 127. I get prize money, so my team gets prize money since I work for a company. So, and they take like professional shots of me and things like that. So the most money I've won is like $1,000. Like, no, it was $1,000. My dad was a professional hockey player. He played for a few years, and he wanted me to be like him, I guess, or wanted to give me something to do over the summer. So he started me off really early at the age of 2 with ice skating, like figure skating. So I've been doing that for almost 16 years. I don't think I would change ice skating for something else. I love what I do. I'm really proud of it. So I don't know if anything would bring me joy like ice skating does. Never give up, because you'll always have someone around you who loves you and wants to support you. And so you should just be able to like work hard and just believe in yourself. Always just believe in yourself, and you can do anything, honestly.
Kelly Riley Jarboe has ADHD. It's not a secret Kelly hides, and in fact, she agreed to this story because she and producer Macy Danowski hope to bring attention to this very common condition in high school students today.
The four most common words that students hear the teachers say after the second bell rings is, "All right, students, settle down." However, some students at Kellis can't simply settle down. ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, can be defined as a chronic condition including attention difficulty, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. You can only imagine what it's like to deal with school life and normal teenage affairs, all while dealing with the constant obstacle of focusing. Today I'm talking to a student with ADHD and learning what their personal experience has been.
Hi, my name is Kelly Riley Jarboe, and I am in the sophomore year.
So how does ADHD affect you in the classroom?
It makes it so it's harder for me to focus, and I go and bug my other classmates, or I joke around rather than actually doing my work.
What are some of your coping mechanisms that you use to stay focused in the classroom?
I use fidget toys. It's like a zipper bracelet I have, and I take a minute and just stop and go like, okay, cool, I have to focus. I have to get this done.
How can teachers and other fellow students help you to stay focused?
Try and keep the noise down. Teachers say it all the time, but it really does help. For ADHD people, the noise tend to distract us, and often if we have auditory issues, too much noise with nothing to focus on can cause panic attacks.
How can you help students with ADHD cope in the classroom?
Students who have ADHD are like kind of very fidgety. You know, you'll see them like tapping their foot or messing around with their pencil or something. I know some teachers have things in their classroom that are actually little fidget things that students can play with. Not fidget spinners, but something similar. That's something that teachers can provide, or you can talk to the student about whether they have something at home that's particularly useful that they can use to kind of keep their attention there and to kind of help their need to fidget around.
In Kelly's case, what I would do is, especially since we were in a theater class, I would do my best to keep myself on task as well as keeping her on task. And then when she would get close to having her panic attacks, or she would get really, really anxious and she'd just stumble over her words during a performance, instead of like yelling at her for it, I would just be like, hey, this is your line, it's okay, like deep breathe, we're fine. Because giving somebody more anxiety when they already have anxiety is not helpful. I've had other friends that have ADHD as well, and their symptoms are always different. Everybody has different ways of dealing with it. But I know that one of the ways that works for most people is they just have to have that good support system that'll be able to keep them calm and keep them needing to do what they need to do, and you need to make sure that they're doing everything that they're supposed to do in a timely manner. The biggest thing I want people to know about ADHD is that it's not just a little thing, oh yeah, you have ADHD, oh I can't focus. It impacts students a lot more than you think it does, and it not only affects learning, it affects relationships and everyday life.
Mr. Boujan is a new addition to the Kellis staff. Junior Michael Garreau sat down with our new photo teacher to learn about his unique path to teaching at Kellis.
Hi, my name is Mr. Boujan, and I am a Photo 1 teacher here at Kellis. I did a 20-year stint in the military for the Air Force as a photographer, and now I am my rookie year teaching at Kellis as Photo 1. All right, so when I first started the military as a photographer, I was doing medical photography. And when I went to medical photography, they had a job opening come up in New Mexico as aerial photography. So I dabbled a little bit in the aerial photography for about 6 years. They liked that I was doing good in that realm, and so they wanted me to teach that facet of photography at the DINFOS, where I taught Army, Coast Guard, Marines, Navy how to take basic pictures. So when I started as an instructor trainer for photography, I didn't really want to go in that position. Actually, I wanted to stay in my flying position. And I saw when I started connecting to the students on how photography works and how cool of a job it was, I just knew that there was something in me that instilled in me that I could actually teach this beyond where I was. I like to see those light bulbs go off when a student has like a question or figures it out. And photography for me was like my bread and butter for the last 20 years. So it was just an easy kind of transition for me to go right into teaching photo. So my experience so far has been pretty cool. Like, I enjoy coming to school like every day because of the students.
Yeah, he's pretty chill and funny. He talks about his life most of the times, and that's really cool.
I think he's a good teacher for it. I think the experiences that he's had in the military and his photography during the military helped push him to become a better teacher.
I like how he teaches, first of all. He's very respectful to all of the students, and all of the students are very respectful to him. Although he's new at it, he's actually a really good teacher, and I enjoy his class.
Thanks, everybody. Mr. Boujon, photo teacher. Just remember, if you don't like today, there's always tomorrow.
They say wrestling is one of the oldest sports in history. Josh Cruz is a senior wrestler at Kellis who also has a promising career in mixed martial arts. His teammate and Kellis Productions junior, Ty Ryan, produced this snapshot into the life of a Kellis wrestler.
Hello, my name is Josh Cruz, and I've been a wrestler here at Raymond S. Kellis for about 4 years now. I started off by doing Taekwondo for about 3.5 years now.
What inspired you to do wrestling in high school?
My uncle used to wrestle in high school, and he has a great work ethic, very confident man, and I looked up to him. Martial arts has been around my family for a while now. My dad has been in Taekwondo for about 4 years, and he's a black belt in Taekwondo, and he's starting to get into a little bit of Gracie Baja Jiu-Jitsu, and my brother as well is in Gracie Baja Jiu-Jitsu. I feel like doing different martial artists or different types of martial arts helped me in wrestling a lot, like Taekwondo with flexibility or movement and all sorts of those things.
Can you see Josh incorporate many martial arts into his wrestling technique and style?
Yeah, I can.
How can you see Josh's martial arts blend into his wrestling?
I think it's a great skill set to have. They kind of go hand in hand because wrestling itself is a martial art. So, any of those martial sports, whether it's karate or kung fu or judo or jiu-jitsu or taekwondo, aikido, all those skill sets factor into wrestling really well with motion, with the hand fighting, the trapping and locking, or the range fighting. Because again, if you're a kicker, that's a distance, right? So when you do martial arts kicks and stuff, or if you're actually one of the strikers where you use your hand motions, or trapping and locking, where you're doing arm drags or hyperextensions and then folding it into types of locks and stuff. All that stuff is really good, and it helps actually open up and diversify wrestling quite a bit. So Josh's martial art in wrestling is a huge plus.
I feel like this wrestling season is going to be amazing with the new coaching staff we have, and as well as some of our drilling partners. We are very committed this year, very determined to accomplish our goals. My goals for this year will be to become a state champion and to receive a scholarship for wrestling.
Alexia Roscoe accomplished something last year that many people can only dream of. She became a published author. Her first book of poetry is the subject of Lucas Moore's story of this inspiring young author.
Okay, let me go again. Hi, I'm Alexia Roscoe. I'm a sophomore at Kellis, and I'm 16 years old, and I am a self-published author. I've been writing poetry for quite a few years now. I originally started off with writing a lot of stories that were more nonfiction, and then as I grew up, I found that I liked writing poetry a lot more, and it kind of fit with my liking of writing. Things that inspire me to write poetry are things that I've gone through in my life. So for example, things like heartbreak or hardships were a really big inspiration for my writings, and also happier things like falling in love or things like that. One of my favorite poems from my book that I'm about to read to you is inspired by a lot of toxic relationships I've seen throughout high school so far, or just in life in general, and so that was kind of what I was going off of when I was writing this. So, building your love off of lies and abuse is like building love out of sandcastles and paper kingdoms. It will not survive the storms that are to come, and the title of it is It Will Crumble and Fall. Someone who was there for me most during the process of putting my book together would be my boyfriend, Tanner, because when I was super stressed about putting things together, when I was feeling super insecure about it, he would always be there, and he would comfort me, and he would push me to, keep doing it, because he just had so much faith in me. One thing I faced during the process of putting my book together was a lot of insecurities, because I was afraid people might not like my writing, or people might not think it was good enough, and just ways I overcame that thought when I was putting things together was thinking of the outcome of things, like how I would feel when my book was finally in my hands and it was finished, and how all the hours of staying up at night and putting it together would be so worth it because I finally finished this and it was right in front of me.
Jordan Jaggard's dream is coming true. She is the editor of the school's newspaper. This is no small feat considering the paper hasn't existed at Kellis for several years, and the new paper will be online. Michael brings us another compelling student profile.
Hi, my name is Jordan Jaggard. I'm a senior at Kellis, and I am the editor-in-chief for the Paw Press student newspaper. I am the editor-in-chief for the school newspaper. I review everyone's articles before they're published. I make executive decisions on which ones are published, and I also write my own articles. I enjoy writing, and that is why I joined journalism class. And then I never thought that we were going to have another newspaper because we haven't had one in 6 years, until Miss Efton suggested that we start it back up, and then we are all kind of the people behind starting it back up and making it our own. We are a pretty good team. We're largely freshmen and seniors, so we do need sophomores to join. We don't have any sophomores. I think we're pretty good. It's been kind of a rough start, but we've published a few articles and we're going to make our official announcement in December.
Working with Jordan is fun because I know her already and we're friends, so we work smoothly together, and I'm able to work well with her and ask her questions if I need to.
As the editor-in-chief, I wasn't necessarily expecting it, and not with, because we're the first ones to start it back up, we didn't really vote on it, so Miss Efton was kind of like, here's our editor, because she seems qualified. So it's been kind of a new thing for me to be leading something instead of just participating in a team, but I really enjoy it.
I think that Jordan is doing a fantastic job as a leader because she contributes so frequently and consistently in class that other students, especially younger students who are new to high school, are freshmen, look up to her and respect her and look to her for guidance. After high school, I see Jordan performing as a passionate, dedicated journalist, someone who really cares about what's happening in society.
Yeah, so my major right now is journalism and my minor is political science, and in the future, to get my master's, I hope to transfer to ASU's investigative journalism program.
She does seem to have a strong interest in social justice issues, so I think that will drive her, and I see her doing well in the field of journalism because she is just naturally intelligent and a strong writer as well, so I think that will serve her, and she's outspoken.
Thanks guys, I'm Jordan Jaggard from the Paw Press student newspaper, and always remember that your voice matters.
Finally, our co-anchor Janie became interested in the ACE program at GCC and interviewed 3 Kellis students participating in the program developed to help underrepresented students achieve success. Here's what she found out.
So my name is Sarah Shorty.
My name is Adesanya Campo and I'm an ACE student.
Hello, my name is Rose Amador. I am a student success coach here for Early Outreach. ACE is a college program for current sophomores going into juniors. They usually start in the summer between sophomore year and junior year. It helps them come into college earlier. They take advantage of classes here that would later on transfer on to any Maricopa College, university that they transfer into.
I joined ACE because I thought it was going to get me ahead in my future, which it does. And it really does teach me a lot about what college classes are going to be like in the future.
I wanted to get ahead in my college credits, and it's been really helpful in doing that. So now I actually have a few credits for college, and it's been very helpful.
I never planned on it. I just kind of signed up and they accepted me, so I went.
I'm planning on going out of state. My top college right now is University of Chicago.
Most likely I would like to go to U of A and get accepted into their architecture program, or I'll stay at GCC to complete my 30 credits that I have left, 36.
I plan on attending either Quinnipiac University or Northern Arizona University. My hardest class was probably philosophy.
My hardest class is probably philosophy because the professor was just really like trying to get into our heads.
I did have difficulty connecting to the subject
and trying to explain or have us explain what types of questions that we had and all that type of stuff.
My hardest class was probably English 101. I was a terrible writer. I grew a lot from that class.
They don't consider us as high school students anymore, and they consider us as college students because they are teaching a college curriculum. So it's really challenging thinking, but overall it's really fun.
Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed our efforts to bring some of the unseen awesomeness of the Kellis community to light. We will continue our quest in a couple of months with our second installment of It's About People.